Hello, and welcome. Chris here, creator of DevVault. In this video, I'm going to walk you through on how to use the kit and how to set up your project quickly so you can start building your dream application. So are you ready?
Let's
Okay,
go.
so now that you have the project open in your IDE, so let's run npm install. So to install all the necessary packages you needed for the project. So this step just to ensure that every dependencies we needed are installed and it will run smoothly. So once that is done, the next command that we have to run is env.env.example.env.local. So it will just move everything inside the env.example and create a new file.env.local, and we will be needing that to store our environment variables. So now the next step is to initialize Convex now. So that's the database that we'll be using for this project because it is very easy to use and it's very easy to set up. So in the future, I'll plan to add more templates using different databases. But for now, we'll stick to Convex. And if you're new to Convex, don't worry, it's very easy to learn it. So since we've run npm install already, we can initialize Convex now with our project by running npx convex and dev, and we'll be prompt with two options. So always choose the first one in here since we're creating a new project, and enter your project name. So don't worry what you write in here now, you can rename it later. And once that is done, it is preparing our convex database now. So there you go. So convex function is ready. That's why I chose Convex for this project because it is very easy to set up. As you can see, you just need a one simple command and now it's ready for you. So on the next is we're going to set up our authentication using Convex Auth. So see you in the next one. Okay, so now we're done setting up our Convex database on our project. Next up is we're going to set up our authentication in our project. So to follow along, head over to this website. So just go into the website and just add /docs. So in here is I've compiled all the documentation for you to follow along. So there's like installation, getting started, diving deeper, components, and deployment. So you can look at this later, but for now, let's set up your authentication. To set that up, just click the authentication setup here, and then first copy this command and go back to your project, and then hit run, and that's going to install that Convex Auth, and copy the second command and go back to your project again and paste that command and hit enter. And it is configuring the site, so hit enter in here. So Next.js always runs on localhost 3000, that's why we hit enter in here. And we're just wait to give us a private and public key, and then just click yes, and then that's it. That's how you set up Convex Auth in your project. So the next thing that we have to do now is to add Google OAuth to our authentication, so for our users to sign in easily into our application. So to do that, let's head on to this next is learn how to add Google to your application. So just click this link over here, and it's gonna direct us here, and then click this button over here, and then click the new project. So we're going to create a new project. So I'm just going to move this so you guys can see it, and then write whatever the name of your project of your app. So right now I don't know my app yet, so you can rename this later. Then we're going to wait it to create. So once it is created, select that project, click the API and services, and then we're going to click the OAuth consent screen first. So and click the external, then click the create, and then your app name, your email, put it over there. This optional, you can add your logo in there. You can add localhost in there, but this one is very important. So head over back to your env file and then copy this, only this part without the HTTPS and then .cloud, and head back there again. And instead of convex.cloud, we will put convex.site. And then that's it. And then lastly, we're just gonna put our email address here again, save and continue, and save and continue, save and continue, and then back to dashboard. Next is we're gonna create our OAuth credentials. So to do that, click the credentials over here, create the credentials, then click the OAuth client ID. So choose the web application in here. You can rename this whatever you want, but I'll just leave it. And then add the URI. So for now, we're just going to stick with localhost 3000. But once you're ready to deploy, you're going to replace this with your domain name. And this one again, so this one is also important. So let's go back to our env file. We're gonna copy this and then put that site auth Google callback. Oh, API. There should be an API auth Google callback. So that's how it's supposed to look like when you add your authorized redirect URL. So if you don't want to write this, don't worry. You can head back to your so you can go back to the documentation and you can see how it looks like. So API auth callback around here. Just to make sure, I'm just gonna copy this and then go into go back there, then just paste that. There you go. And then create. And it's gonna give us the client ID. So first, let's copy this. And then now we want to go now to our Convex project to paste our Google Client ID and Google Secret. So go back to Convex dashboard now. So remember that we've created a new project. So if you remember the name of your project, just click that and click the settings and then click the environment variables and then click the add and write auth Google ID and paste that, then save. Go back to Google Console again to copy the Google secret and then go back here and add Google auth Google secret. Then paste that, what we just copied right now. So that's it. So now you can use your Google as your sign-in provider for your authentication, so your users can sign in easily in your application. So in the next one, we're going to talk about how to set up your Stripe in your application, and that's the last thing that we have to do. So see you in the next one. Okay, so now we're done setting up our authentication for our project. The last step that we need to do to get you started building your dream application is to integrate Stripe in your project. So to get started is to go back to the documentation I've created for you and click the Stripe setup. Once you've clicked that, click this link over here and it will redirect you to Stripe dashboard. If you don't have an account yet, please create one. And once it is created, you will be redirected into your dashboard looking like this. And please don't forget to click the test mode. And once you click that, let's start copying the API keys we needed for the project. First is we need the publishable key. Let's head back to our environment variables in Convex. So type Stripe key and paste that. So if you're wondering why I am pasting it inside the Convex environment variables instead of in the environment variable over here, is because the Stripe API keys are being used in our backend, not in the front end. That's why we're adding it here instead in our environment file. So for this one, we're gonna name it Stripe API key and paste the secret key over here. So just a note that I'm going to delete this after this video, so don't copy those API keys. Just create your own one. So it's free to create one. So next is we just need to grab our webhooks. And that's the last thing that we need, Stripe webhooks key. And to get that, let's head back to the documentation and so let's say head back to your project now, and we're gonna run this command to get the webhook. So we're just gonna copy this npm run and head back to our project. So just make sure that we have that. So let's go back to our package.json. As you can see in here, I've created a script for us to listen to Stripe and to get our webhook secret. So all you have to do is to run this command in the terminal, npm run stripe :listen. But for this, we have to edit this part. And to get this is we need to go to the environment file over here. So make sure that you'll just grab this part over here. And again, replace the cloud to site and then append -stripe over there. And before you do that too, make sure that I've comment all of this part over here, and all you have to do is uncomment all of this. So the HTTP, the payments, the Stripe, and then the users, because when you run the npx convex.dev, the thing that we did at the beginning, it's going to give us an error. So when you run this, when you're in the Stripe setup, now you have to uncomment those. So let's paste the URL for the Stripe site, Stripe, and we're going to get it. We're going to try to get our bun run. I can't type, sorry. So bun run Stripe listen. Then click that, and there you go. So that is our webhook secret, and we're just gonna go back again to our environment variable in the convex and paste that. And that's it. That's how you set up and integrate Stripe in your project. Since I've already configured everything for you, all you have to do is to go to get those API keys and start building your dream application. That's it. Thank you.